Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Ray, who has one of my favorite things in the whole world, so I'm kind of jealous. Ray has a four-wheel drive van. It's the holy grail of vans.
It's handy.
It is, yeah. So tell us how about your life and how you ended up here.
Well, my wife and I are part-timers. We're waiting. We're not quite young enough to retire yet. But we always enjoyed the outdoors and camping, and we found your website, Cheap RV Living, and we decided to come to the RTR to get ideas and learn more about, make the transition easier when we're ready.
So eventually you may want to go full-time.
Oh, we definitely want to.
Definitely want to.
Yes.
So you're taking practice runs now.
Yep.
I generally discourage couples from vans. How is that working for you?
Well, the longest we've ever done it was a month at a time.
That's still a long time.
It's a long time, but it works well. I mean, we have the extra tent on the other side, so it gives me 8x8 room that we can take stuff out of the van and make house, and it works out for us. And we've been together 38 years, so we kind of learned to get along.
You must be pretty good at it now. So when you retire, is there a possibility you would go in a van or you'd get a bigger rig?
We'll probably start out in the van because I like the idea of the four-wheel drive.
Yes.
I can go a little further and get a little further out than the average person.
Oh boy.
And when we get on the forestry roads, if there's a little snow or mud or rain, I don't have to worry about getting stuck.
Right.
You know, it's not a quote trail rig, but it's a good traction enhancement.
Yes. And so you don't have any regrets about getting four-wheel?
Oh, not at all. This is our second four-wheel drive van.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And of course, no one makes a four-wheel drive van.
No, this one was converted by Quigley.
And they're the famous one.
Yeah,
they're
the most common. There's U-Joint, Colorado Camper Van. There's about 4 or 5 companies.
Yes.
But Quigley works directly with Ford, so it doesn't void any of the Ford warranties.
Right. And a big thing with four-wheel drive vans is if they use non-standard parts, where you're going to get it serviced in a few years.
Yeah.
And that's not an issue with you.
No, Quigley uses all 1-ton Ford. So if I buy brakes, axles, whatever I need, I just buy it for a 2002 Ford 1-ton truck, and it fits the van.
Right. Big plus. It's what you really want to do.
Yeah, I can go to any small parts store and buy my parts.
Right. And it's a beautiful van. It must be 2002, you said?
2002.
And it must have been pretty expensive.
Well, yeah, but we were making payments on a new Jeep Rubicon. Fun toy.
Great toy.
Not practical to camp or to live out of.
Yeah.
So when we sold that, I had enough equity in it that we paid cash for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was $16,000.
Oh, that was a super deal.
But it only had...
Want to sell it?
No, not yet. Not yet. When we bought it, it had 95,000 on it. And it's the Ford V10.
Uh-huh.
It's a little thirsty, but it's not bad. I get 10 miles a gallon if I'm fully loaded, doing 55 or 75. They don't seem to change much.
Right, I've heard that.
You know.
It's a great engine.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we had to add I added an extra 30-gallon fuel tank to the rear, so it transflows over to the other one. So now I get about a 450-mile range.
That's sweet.
You know.
That's really sweet. And you've added, we'll go into more detail, but you've added 2 rooms. There's another full room on the other side, and that people ask me all the time, how can you live in such a tiny space? Well, you've made your space big.
Yeah. And it's easy. It takes like 10 minutes to fold it all up and pack it away.
And I see you have a porta potty.
Yes.
So that answers the question, how do you go to the bathroom?
Right.
How do you shower?
Yep.
Here it is.
Yep.
And do you have hot water?
No, not yet. Soon coming though.
It's one of the works.
Yeah, it's one of the works. This is about a year process, and we're not done yet.
Never.
It's all working in progress.
Right.
You know, when you got to go from a little bit every paycheck, and it adds up.
Right. But you don't have making payments either.
No.
That's a really good way to do it. So why don't we go ahead and take a look around?
Okay.
Let's
Anywhere
do that.
You want to go?
So we're standing here in front of the van, Ray. Why don't you show me some of the things you've got?
Well, what we did, I took your advice and got the RV windshield cover. I love that thing.
Oh, isn't that something?
You can sleep in when you want to. And on top, I have a Solar World 210 amp solar panel. And then on this side of the van, I have the ARB awning with the ARB adder room that my wife had to add the extra 15 inches. You can see the different color material to make it fit. On this side, I have a Smitty built awning to kind of keep the sun off the side of the van and a place for the porta pot.
Now, you're the only one I've known who's had both. How would you compare them?
ARB is much better quality.
Really?
I've pulled this Smittybilt out maybe 5 times, and the straps that hold it in the bag have already rotted off. And it's never, I used it half the amount of time as ARB.
Right. ARB is expensive, but they are top quality.
Yeah, I bet there weren't $80 in price difference.
It would be worth it.
It'd be well worth it to go to the ARB.
Well, I was wondering if they wouldn't be the exact same thing with a different name, but apparently they are not.
No, I don't think they're made in the same factory.
Okay.
You know, if you grab the material, you can feel the difference in the weight of the material, and the zippers, they slide different. They're just, it's a little better quality.
Yeah, ARB only makes good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Smittybilt does too, just in this case not quite as good.
Right. I mean, I would not own a Smittybilt, but if the $80 was the difference in my pocket, I'd buy ARB every time.
Right, right. Yeah, I would agree. So let's go around. One of the things you've done as a couple is expanded your space by adding a room.
It's an 8x8, and then we lay the carpet underneath and the carpet on top. And it's kind of nice to get out of the van, no shoes on, kind of stretch your toes, and it gives us a space to eat out of the wind or out of the rain.
Mm-hmm. Out of the bugs.
And out of the bugs.
That's a biggie.
And you know as well as I do, storage in a van is priceless. So we carry more stuff than what we really need. And then when we set up camp, we have a place to pull it out of the van and make home.
Right. So it makes your trips a whole lot more pleasant.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the first thing I see that really stands out is you put a box on the door.
Yeah.
This is all work you've done?
Yeah, this is my handiwork for what it's worth.
That's pretty good.
I priced all these and they were too expensive. So I just got some 1-inch tubing, welded it up, and made some doors. This little table. And this folds out. Paula uses it for a galley, a little galley box.
Uh-huh.
Coffee pot, spices, knives, spoons, forks.
Super. That is a nice job.
Thank you.
And it's accessible inside or out.
Yes. Yes.
Big plus.
And then behind the door, I added a 1-inch metal strap to sandwich it between the sheet metal and the box, so it doesn't just pull out of the sheet metal.
Right. And boy, it looks like you've done a really nice job on the inside.
Thank you.
And again, this wasn't a B. You did the build.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not used to having a low top.
Yeah.
I got to get used to it again.
You'll bump your head.
You're a tall guy. You're
Yes,
not
I am.
enjoying being inside very much.
No, that's why I enjoy this extra room outside.
Yeah, it's 2 feet above your head.
I'm too tall to sleep this way.
Right.
So what I've done is I added a drawer. This slides out, and then this cushion on a piece of aluminum comes down and does the bed extension. So it gives me a queen-size bed long ways.
Uh-huh.
And then when we're not, obviously need the space, this just gets pushed in and the extra bed cushion gets set up top.
Beautiful.
And then
And it looks really nice.
No, thank you. And underneath, we got more storage.
A lot of storage. And it opens from the back, so you get to the back end.
Yeah, the back is separate, but it's storage. And then I have storage under the couch.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I keep the house batteries and my toolbox and stuff you don't have to get to very often.
And that was a 210 amp water
That's
panel?
a 210
Uh-huh.
from Solar World. I got that used for $50.
Oh my goodness, just
Yeah.
hold that there.
Yeah.
But if you watch, they're out there.
Yeah.
Craigslist, I assume?
Yard sale.
Yard sale.
I was just cruising to a yard sale and I asked him, what do you want for that? He goes, give me $50 for it. I couldn't get my wallet out fast enough.
No.
The van came with the drop down, so if you want to, you can watch DVDs or movies. I added these little cheap Duracell lights that run on a remote, and they'll go blue, red, and white. That way it's not running off the batteries at all. And then up front, I got a little Engel refrigerator. That I
Engel
usually
is top quality.
I like it, but I don't like it as well as my ARB.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because of the features. The Engel has no interior light and no drain, so you got to turn it upside down when you wash it. You can't. The other ARB is just a little user friendly.
And so if you were recommending, you would say buy the ARB.
It's a toss-up. I mean, it's just my little pet peeves. The Engel is a darn good refrigerator. Don't get me wrong. It works. It does what it's supposed to do. But the knob is real easy adjustable. So if you bump it or something, it changes the temperature real easy. To where the ARB, you got to hold the button down for a few moments, and then it flashes at you, and then you can change it. So you're not going to accidentally turn it off or turn it way down or turn it up and freeze everything.
Right.
But the Engel works well.
You know, they're selling their reputation, which
Yes.
is hard won as being the best.
Right.
But ARB has a pretty outstanding reputation too.
The Eagle doesn't have a low battery shutoff, so if you have it hooked in directly to your starter battery, it will run until that battery is dead.
That's bad.
Yeah, ARB won't. You can set it at different levels, high, low, or medium, and it'll only drain to that point, and then the fridge will shut off. You may ruin your food, but you'll be able to drive out if you got it hooked to your coach battery.
Right. You can save your food, but you can't go home.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And then on behind the seats, we added storage, raincoats, matches, fire starters, just little things that are you grab and handy that you ain't got no other place for them.
Really handy there.
Yeah.
Really nice there. And one on each side. And that's an ARB product.
No, that's a Smittybilt product.
A Smittybilt product. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And then up front, you're just pretty much standard.
It's all stock
Ford
up
van.
front. Ford van.
No swivel seats yet?
Not yet. It's coming though.
That's
I found one at Sportsmobile that I like real well that doesn't change the height of the seat very much.
So with your outside space, it makes it really comfortable.
Oh, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Because I can shut up the tent and I can stand out there and get dressed or undressed and have my privacy and a place to eat out of the bugs and out of the wind. And if it's raining, I still got a place I can cook.
So I mean, it's huge area. So she can be out here. You can be in there. You can get. It also gives you privacy. You
Yes,
know? You
yes.
can get a little bit of separation, which every couple kind of needs a little bit.
Yep.
So you've with two people in a van, you needed all the
storage
you can get.
outside you can get. And I built this box. It holds 15 gallons of water, plus got room for my Coleman stove. And then on top, I strap my Weber down and then put a vinyl cover over it. Snaps on. So you got 15 gallons of water, plus your barbecue, plus your little propane bottle. And then it locks, and this makes a nice little table to barbecue on.
Nice. And yeah, and the table too.
And then in the bumper, I got a storage box in the bumper for the toe straps and tent pegs and hammers for the awning and tent.
Who makes that?
This is built by Illuminous.
They make good stuff.
They do. And then I have the swing away tire, the trasheroo.
No, you can't. You gotta shoot this way. Can't look at the sun.
On this side, Paula made this spare tire cover. This holds the porta potty, the porta pot, and the canvas all inside here. That way you don't have to store it in the van.
And so that's how you're going to the bathroom with a porta potty.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that is sweet. I mean, if you wanted a side business, that would be a great
You
one.
know, storage is everything when you live in a van,
It is.
especially with two.
Yeah. Oh, seriously, I think you'd sell 1 million of those.
Yeah, I don't. She came up with it out of her head because I got tired of trying to fit room in the back. In the back of the van, I have. And back here, I have the ARB.
Are you carrying them both?
Yes.
One is a freezer, one is a fridge?
No, this is a fridge, and the other one is just purely drinks.
Okay.
This is the food, and up front's the drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a 100-watt suitcase that I hardly ever need to use because all I'm pulling on my solar is the two refrigerators.
And they're both very low draw.
Yeah, like 7 amps, I believe. And then, you know, clothes closet, keep the dust off your clothes, and a little privacy curtain for the bed.
Right.
And in the back, you got the axe, the pick, and the shovel.
Just snaps. You snap it on and off.
Just snap it on and off.
A little recovery gear.
Yeah, little magnets to keep it closed. Yeah. Firewood. If you got to dig a cat hole when you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Outside stuff.
Yep.
You always got it.
The van's a 2002 Quigley. It runs on Ford 1-ton. It's got a Dana 60 front and rear with track lock posies. It's running the Borg-Warner transfer case, and it's been really good to me.
Okay, well, everyone, I hope you've been inspired by this, that a couple can live in a van. You just need some outside storage and creative use of space. I hope you learned something. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you later.
Bye.